number 7 on the league table. Do we say it at the same time, and then we'll work out where we're going?
I'll go because I know you don't have them.
Okay.
I've got Shamrock Rovers in 7th.
Oh wow. Okay, you're really going for the jugular here. Shamrock Rovers. Tell me why Shamrock Rovers are going to finish in 7th.
I just think Rovers, and this isn't a bad thing. I really wish Collie
might disagree with you.
A year ago.
Okay.
In the sense of, I don't think it's a bad thing in this, what I'm going to say. They focus a lot on youth. It's not a bad thing. I think they've some absolutely smashing young footballers. But my question is, when they've lost the likes of, you lost Leo O'Leary, you've lost Aoife Kelly, Savannah McCarthy's not in that squad either. They've lost some players, but they have some really good players. But my just concern is they might have a core 8 or 9 players who will probably play every game. It's just fitting that extra couple in for me. And I just think I know you're going to say, I'm going to say this, Stefania O'Gorman there, but I just think they lack experience in terms of winning big games with that squad that they have. That's for me is a bit of a concern.
I'm going to offer you a counterpoint to this, and I'm not saying I disagree with anything you just said, but like, you've got the top scorer in the league from 2 or 3 years ago in Emily Corbett. You've Anya O'Gorman, who's been to the World Cup, one of Ireland's most experienced players. You've got Katie Keane, one of the most exciting goalkeeping talents in the country. On top of most of what was there already, your Melissa O'Kane's, your Joy Ralphs, your Scarlett Herons, and plenty of others. Maria Reynolds, another exciting young international player coming through the ranks. And there's others names there too. Like, 7th, really?
Yeah. So if you look at Shamrock Rovers last year, in 20 games last year, they won 6 games. They drew 9 games of football. I'm not going to say the Shamrock Rovers are going to lose a lot of games of football, but I wouldn't be surprised to see them drawing a lot of games of football. I think if Collie O'Neill can get this youthful team playing the way he wants to play, the second half of the season, I can see them going on a run. But I do have a bit of a fear that they could have a slow start to the season, like maybe what they had the start of last year. That is my concern, is that they could go on that sort of run. Like, if you look at midfield, like last year, the one thing I cried out to you in terms of Shamrock Rovers is I felt they were lacking experience in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
They've now lost one of their linchpins in the middle. Aoife Kelly going to Wexford. Massive loss for me. And I don't think that's probably stated the extent of it. Do I think Joy Ralph can score goals and Emily Corbett can score goals on their day? Yes, absolutely. I think Maria Reynolds is a rock at the back, but you also look at the defence. The defence has missed no Shauna Fox, no Savannah McCarthy. Yet they've lost Jessica Hennessy's gone as well.
Steph Roach is retired.
So it's a lot of experience and a lot of players with a lot of things gone out of that squad. I think it's a massive job for Collie O'Neill, and I think what we've seen what he's done at UCD, I think he can do it again, and I think he can sort of do all that stuff again. But I just think it's going to take a bit of time, and I do think for someone who's capable of building teams and knows how to build young players, I think Collie can do it. But I just think it's going to take a bit of time for Shamrock Rovers this year.
One name on that list, Jamie Thompson, probably a player neither of us expected to see in the Rover squad this year, for various reasons, but started, like, just burst onto the scene with a load of goals in a very short space of time a couple of years back in the inaugural season. It hasn't really happened for her last season. Does this make or break for her?
She come up against Chloe Maloney and Jetta Barrell at Peamount that first season. And the two girls sort of bullied her a little bit on the park. That was the start of that little bit of a downward spiral. Sort of hasn't necessarily adapted to the league, because yes, she has a lot of quality, but it's a sort of this sort of league as well, is you have to have something else as well. She is very capable footballer, and I think if Collie can sort of get her to where he wants her to be, she can be so effective in this team. Do I think she's going to be really important in this team this year? Absolutely. The one name I do really like on this team, I'm a massive fan of Scarlett Heron. I think Scarlett Heron is a very, very good footballer. I think the way she does analysis as well off the field is brilliant. I think her work in terms of Ireland games and doing analysis is very good. I think she's somebody who I would expect to be a linchpin for Shamrock Rovers this year. But to me, if Shamrock Rovers are to finish above 7th, I think either Emily Corbett or Joy Ralph have to score 15 goals this year, or between them they need to score 20 goals.
Is that possible?
Yes.
Okay. Some positives that we won't get kicked out of
I really like this Rovers team in terms of the way it's set up. I really like it. I just think they're like a couple of other teams where maybe they just need that year of experience. A lot of these players need to be playing. Like you look at that side, Katie O'Reilly, young. Ella Kelly, very young, smashing footballer. You look at Maria Reynolds, what experience. Maria Reynolds probably played 20, maybe 19, 20 League of Ireland games. Yeah. She's going to be, alongside Anya O'Gorman, she's going to be expected to be a leader in that team. Now, I'm going to give Shamrock Rovers a lot of credit on something here. Some of these players have signed multi-year contracts with Shamrock Rovers. Brilliant. I think that's the sort of thing where we see that I'm actually saying, okay, we're going to commit to you, to growing you in the next couple of years. I wouldn't be surprised, and you've said it earlier, if Katie Keane is in the Ireland squad. I think Katie Keane is going to be vital for them in terms of keeping clean sheets. I just see the team as a whole in certain areas lacks experience, but I think they will get that experience, and I think they will be much better for the second half of the season.
I think a team with Katie Keane in it is higher than 7th. That's all I'm saying. I have them 5th on my league table.